Well, I'd basically cut off their whole village's food supply by murdering his eagle. Being human, being human, being human, being human. So, yeah, we're back.
Hello.
Yeah, and I think we started it as we mean to end it in a complete try. But it is very good to be back, and as everyone can see,
it's been a while.
we're in a new studio. We're in a new studio place.
Yes. Where are we, Ricky?
We are in your girlfriend's parents' basement.
Yes, we are.
Yeah. How long have we been? How long did they keep us in here? Well, keeping it makes it sound like it's a thing we're not enjoying.
Yeah, I mean, it would be nice to get out, but
dude, they give us food. Okay, well, we eat spiders. We eat spiders off the floor.
Yeah, and,
they gave us these cameras.
Yeah,
but what they asked us to do with them, we were not willing to do.
No.
So,
and I love to film shit.
You literally. Literally.
That is too far.
Yeah. I guess really where we should start is explaining to the listeners where we have been.
Okay. We have been in what time frame?
I mean, it's been almost a year. Is it over a year since we released the last
Probably
episode?
Over a year, yes.
It's been over a year. So what have you been up to, Chris?
Right, okay. So last podcast, where were we? We were in the Royal.
We were in the Royal, yeah.
Royal.
Live from 45.
We had a guy, a friend we'd call James.
Yeah. Oh, are you going to make
he
a dark
died because of malaria? But
yeah, well, he bit that mosquito, and that's what happens when you bite mosquitoes.
Yeah, I know. We told him.
Known fact.
But
if you suck the blood out of yourself quick enough after biting one, you can survive. But he's real slow. He was the slowest guy in there.
Really, it's because he enjoyed it. That's why he was so slow.
Well, dude, it was the kind of thing where we said to him, buy 20 mosquitoes. It's no longer an accident, James, that you're biting them. Yeah, but he died doing what he loved, being sick in a hospital bed.
We will remember him for the man he was, not the mosquito-loving paedophile he became.
Underage mosquitoes.
Are they just maggots?
I guess so. Mate, I wonder if that happens in real life though. Do you think there's like adult male mosquitoes flying around, and then it like lands next to some maggots and it's like I like this. I know I shouldn't like it. I know I should like grown, fully mature women mosquitoes, but I like those little maggot ones.
I think that happens every day.
It happens all the time. And the thing is, dude, I empathize. No, I don't empathize. I don't
you sympathize.
I sympathize. Yeah,
yes.
I don't fancy maggots, underage maggots. Yeah,
yes.
But
you empathize because with you, it's with children,
and with them, it's with maggots.
Yes.
So obviously, I can't directly understand how they feel. But yeah, no, I feel for them in the sense of, it's not their fault. They were born that way. You know what I mean? But yeah, I guess we got on a slight tangent there because we were talking about where we've been.
Where we've been. By the way, James isn't dead.
Yeah,
he's alive.
Fine. He's fine.
He
does eat mosquitoes though. He does do that.
Yes, but he's been seen for that now. So
yeah.
At least he's got the help he needs.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he's in prison.
Yeah, but he's
nothing to do with the mosquitoes thing. By the way,
getting the help he needs.
Yeah, he's getting.
You know what I mean?
Help he needs. Yeah.
Yes.
So. Yeah, it's been a long time, and we've both done a lot in that time, really. I guess if you don't, I'll start if you like.
Yeah, go for it.
So what have I been up to? So I went away. Was it for 6 months? I was in Tibet, and I was
6.5.
6.5, and it was a real experience. It was very different because obviously I'm used to life in England, where you've got electricity, you've got you just go to a supermarket, you go to the local Sainsbury's, mate, and you get your food. Over there it was different. I remember I was on the precipice of this canyon, and what I didn't realize, it was actually on the border of Mongolia, and this giant golden eagle went flying past over my head, and I was like, this is the most beautiful thing I have ever seen in my life. I'm just with nature.
Did
I was
you
fully
cry?
nude. I was fully nude, obviously, because that's how you do. That's how when
Were you on your own?
when in Rome, my friend. You
Yeah.
know, I was with a camera crew as I always.
When
have.
on the border of Mongolia.
Yeah, one dresses like a Mongolian.
Yeah.
But actually, I think they were dressing like cowhide and stuff like that to keep themselves warm. But myself, I was fully nude, and that golden eagle flying across obviously mistook my nub, my chocolate salted nub, as some kind of delicious treat, and it flew down. And well, you know me, dude. Everyone calls me the cat man, and it's not because I'm weirdly obsessed with cats. It's because I have the reflexes of a cat. And as that eagle came down, one swift behind the neck little. That's the noise it made as I hit it.
The eagle or you?
The eagle.
What noise did you make?
None. Because that's what you should know about me. I don't make noises. When I'm defending my nub from eagles, as I often have to do, I am speechless.
Yes.
Right? Because I don't want to alert others in the area to my presence.
Yeah.
It's like say you're a fox, right, dude, and you're out hunting. You don't want to let the other foxes know you've made a kill, do you? So you're trying to be quiet as possible. That's why they know most large like cats and dogs that hunt in the wild, they will try and silence the prey as quickly as possible. It's actually to not alert others around. So especially like big cats like lions, when they kill a calf or like
they're
a
like,
buffalo,
they
into the ear. If you actually watch any David Attenborough thing, you'll see afterwards it strokes the prey and he goes, it's okay, she'll sleep now. You sleep forever now. That's what they do. And
yes.
So as I was saying, I was in Tibet, on the
Tibet.
border of Mongolia, and
slapped an eagle.
So behind the neck, it's just a foul swoop behind the neck, right? So it's coming down. They probably fly about 60 miles per hour when they're gliding, my friend. So this guy must have been going quicker because he was going for the nub. I could see he made eye contact with its eye. Because when I'm out on the mountains, I'm fully erect. It's up, it's pointing to the sky. Because there's nothing more arousing than being one with nature. You know that. You've said that to me. You were the one who said it to me, I think.
Didn't you say except for Pornhub once?
Yeah, okay, yeah. So except for when I'm watching hardcore, just dudes going out with a woman, out with a woman, just a sweaty guy just getting his nut off. There's nothing more sexual than that, you know. But with a woman, so the woman is obviously what I'm focusing on. My eyes, they're directly at the woman, not the man. I'm not looking at the man. I'm not waiting for the shot where it shows the guy, you know, going like, oh, I'm having a good time. I'm not. Those scenes, I close my eyes, not because I'm homophobic or anything, just because they don't get me up at night, you know. Yeah, the screaming in my head gets me up at night.
The mountains of Mongolia do though.
Yes, so thank you. So I was walking through the eagle, it's on the floor, right? Yeah, and I didn't realize, right, because I thought it was a wild eagle. Eagles in Mongolia are how they hunt. I'm not joking. The Mongolian tribesmen, wow, they genuinely train eagles to catch like foxes and things like that. And they eat
that is
them.
Amazing.
It's fucking incredible, dude.
And they still do that today?
Yeah, well, that's where this eagle came from. The guy was.
How did you know?
Because after that's the noise it made. Obviously, I just made. This is the noise I made. So you probably couldn't hear it, but that was actually the noise of my hand floating through. You probably can't get that, listeners, because my hand's too far away from the camera. But me and Chris's ears are being deafened by the noise, the speed of that hand cutting through the. I'd say you would. Like butter, I cut through the air like butter. I find it hard to cut through.
It would be easier to cut through butter with a knife, but you know,
I struggle to get through the
air. Your weight just holds you down.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So so that's what I've been up to, hanging out with.
And how did the guy take it when you told him?
Well, I basically cut off their whole village's food supply by murdering his eagle. Yeah. I mean, almost. You know, because they had an eagle to eat. You know the saying: "Teach a man to fish, he eats forever. Give a man a fish, he eats for a night." Which would you rather?
Which gives him more time to learn how to
learn exactly
forever.
Yeah. He was very accommodating. I mean, he was impressed by my speed, my skills.
Did he try and hire you?
No,
to
well, he took me to his village, his local village, and this really small village, dude.
Yeah.
It's only like 20 people. They have nice cowhide huts, amazing. It smells like shit, but it's a really nice place. Dude, Wi-Fi was fucking terrible. And they had like 3 of those extender things.
Yeah.
But mate, in my hut, mate, buffering for days. I was trying to watch a YouTube video. One of our old podcasts. Go check them out if you haven't. Being Human, Life in 45. Check it out. On youtube.com / Life from 45 Being Human episodes 1 to 3.
That's actually correct.
Yes, thank you.
Wow.
So yeah, anyway, met them, lovely people. Didn't get my humor. That was weird.
Why do you think that is?
You know
what? No,
because I operate at a level of higher intelligence, I guess you'd say, and that's not a cultural thing. It just happens to be that their culture,
in what way,
don't understand because their brains not like. No, I've not done any scientific research on it.
Yes,
but that's what I've been up to, dude. So so I was there for 6 months. It was really good. A lot of just rocking around with my dick out. It was good stuff.
Killing eagle.
Well, I killed 1 eagle.
Yeah.
The other thing I did, so I went after being in the mountains. I went down to the lakes of Geneva.
Yes.
And it's a very coastal area. And in that area, I went to the ocean, and I was hired by a man called Dr. Patrick Neal. And Dr. Patrick Neal, he was a marine biologist. And what I didn't realize about Dr. Patrick Neal was that he was so he just wanted me out there as a handy guy, like help. Because they had to fish out there. They didn't bring a lot of their food with them and stuff like that. And the purpose was, as I needed money, because I'd been traveling around and I'd run out of savings. So I just needed to do something. And most people are like, oh, I'm going to work at a bar. You know what I mean? They're like, oh, get my tits out at a bar. Yum, yum time. You know, that's what they do.
Yes.
Like you.
That's what I do, isn't it?
Was it Lanzarote you went to? You were working there for?
Yeah, Wetherspoons.
Wetherspoons and Lanzarote.
Yes.
And you'd get on the tables and you'd douse yourself in Corona.
Yeah.
And then they'd be like, Chris, what the fuck are you doing? You work here.
This is a classy place.
Yeah, stop it. Yeah.
And I'll be like, I'm just giving them what they want.
Well, yeah, this is what the
as people would run out in disgust.
Yeah.
And then come back in to start filming.
Yeah, exactly. And they would come in and
it would bring the crowds.
Dude, they were big crowds.
Yeah.
I remember one time when I went to visit you, I was only there for 2 days, best 2 days of my life. It was almost as though, like, if flat earthers were there, right? That at that moment they would have to be like, no, the earth is round. Because the audiences were so big, you couldn't see the back because they were at the end of the curvature of the earth.
Yes. Yeah.
That's how big the audiences were.
Yeah, and I mean, that's the only way to prove it.
Yeah, going to see you dance on the cable in Lanzarote covered in Corona.
You know, when people think 1 + 1 = 2, I think otherwise. 1 + 1 = 3.
Dude, what you're saying makes no sense, and I want to hit you right now. But
well, you've got to change your thinking, to just understand. Like 1 + 1 = 2 from an actual sense, but does it? In a life sense?
Yes. Okay. I'm gonna let you carry on exploring this. So, in a life sense, what do you mean when you say in a life sense? Because
in the real world.
Let me just pause for a moment. Just really quick pause.
Yes.
You did this thing with your mouth there, which is what people do when they're trying to sound intelligent.
Yes.
But what they're saying has no substance to it.
Well.
Okay. Sorry.
Okay.
Go on. Yeah. So
okay.
well.
I'm reading this book at the moment.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Okay.
It's called 1 + 1 = 3.
Okay. Yeah.
And it's a book that takes studies from life and things that have happened to real people.
Yeah.
And then it shows a challenge or a problem that they've been faced with, these people.
Yeah.
And then it shows how they've had to come up with a creative solution to solve whatever that problem is.
So let me just pause you one more time.
Yes.
So you know when you said solution there?
Yes.
Right. Why did you lazily say solution?
I'm not really sure, but I'm just going to keep going on with it, if you know what I mean.
Because I'm going to be, dude, I like it. It
I'm
makes
a
you
little
sound
bit
intelligent.
rusty. I'm not
it
going to
makes
lie.
you sound intelligent.
Really?
Yeah.
Yes.
So this book, it's people. So is it real world people? Anecdotally saying.
Do you know where the Nobel Prize comes from?
I don't actually. Do you mean geographically, or is in
No, how it was actually founded.
How was it founded?
In America back in the 1800s, they had a massive problem. They wanted to build railway tunnels going through mountains. And the issue they were having is, to do that, they were using nitroglycerin at the time.
Okay, yeah.
And as you might know, being a scientist is a very volatile substance, and any reaction could set it off and explode.
Yeah.
And then people were dying. Yeah. One case study they gave was a guy who was transporting it through a truck, and on that truck, one of the boxes had a leak. So he went with a hammer and chisel to open it, killed 15 people.
Jesus Christ! So were they just not? Because I know. I know they got a lot of Irish and Korean workers out there to do this handiwork. So were they just not informed of how dangerous this stuff was?
I think people knew.
Yeah.
But they weren't if fully educated.
You had no choice. You needed a job. You're going to do what you can do. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. So the big issue with this is obviously people were dying.
Yeah.
And one guy died who happened to be the brother of a guy called Edmond Nobel.
Yeah, okay.
And Edmond Nobel was a scientist and pacifist.
Yeah.
And what he did is, his brother died. He thought, I'm going to come up with a way to make nitroglycerin safe for everyone.
Yeah.
And he found that through mixing it with earth, it became this solid substance which only ignited when you put a match to it.
Right, okay.
And he invented dynamite.
That's crazy.
He invented dynamite to save people.
That's crazy.
And then, when his brother died, another brother died, the papers got his name mixed up. Right. And they thought it was actually the guy who invented dynamite who died, and they put out a title like "Death Dealer Dead." Finally, and then a big article about how he'd built this dynamite to cause death and destruction to loads.
He was the one who was stopping people from getting killed.
And this is the premise of the book: 1 + 1 = 3.
Great,
so rather than attack the newspapers and deny it and be like, "This is bullshit," even though he knew it himself. He instead founded the Nobel Prize.
Nice, wow, okay. That's clever.
The most prestigious scientist prize you can get for doing great things within science across the world.
Yeah.
And that's how it was founded.
That's incredible. That's really cool. So essentially what he did was unsoil his name by doing that, which is very clever. It's really clever.
Have you ever done anything like that?
Well, I guess so. I get you really, what you've just said really just leads on to what I was talking about. So, Dr. Patrick Neal. So he had this boat and he was going out to. I didn't really ask too many questions. I just needed the job, as I said. And he said, "Well, we're looking for handymen, people who come out. Have you done any fishing before?" And I'd never done any fishing, but I was desperate for money, dude. And it was
just like trout, perch,
dude. Birchwood,
cucumber,
anything. You give me a fish, I'll catch it. Is what I said to him. And he said, "I like your spunk."
Yeah.
And I said, "Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to get that on you."
And then you went, "It's okay."
Yeah. And he was like,
it was an accident.
Went, "Do you like mine?" So anyway, it was an expedition for a month, and I thought, well, I got to be out here for another 2 months. Need money. This was going to pay enough money for me to be able to stay out for the whole 2 months, right? Because the 1 month I'm on the boat, I don't pay for anything.
Yes.
They pay me. The next month I'm back. I've got all that money, can stay out there. So anyway, he takes me out on this boat, and what I found was he was interested in understanding the habitability and the environment of the giant bluefin tuna. Now, have you ever seen a bluefin tuna before?
I haven't, no.
Well, dude, those things, listeners at home, Google a bluefin tuna. It is crazy. These things are tuna that are bigger than great white sharks. How mad
Seriously?
is that? Yeah.
Wow.
It sounds like science fiction, but just look it up. It's crazy. And essentially, he had an accent, okay?
Okay.
The guy had an accent.
Yeah.
I'm not just saying that because it's integral to the story.
Yeah.
Okay? He sounded a bit like this. "Hello, sir. I want you to do this. I want you to go fish. Go fish. I need to see bluefin. You fish." And okay, so if I said that to you, and integrally he said, "Bluefin, go fish." Yeah. So I don't know, to you, what would you think that meant, dude? You would think
capture a bluefin.
Go capture a bluefin. Exactly. And I knew my role on the ship was to gut the fish and to do the fishing. So I thought he meant, okay, I want you to capture the bluefin, got it. Let's everyone eat
Yeah.
tonight. Let's everyone have a great feast. Right?
People are going to eat.
Yeah. So we'd been tailing this one bluefin that they took. It took a week to find it. The first week of the trip, I'm really glad I didn't have
Just
to.
one.
Yeah, just one bluefin, because they're quite solitary animals because they're so massive.
Yeah.
So we've been tailing this thing, and
It's quite fast as well.
they are quite fast. Dude.
Yeah.
They're pretty fast. But we got to it. We found it. Most of it took finding because they're quite solitary. They like to hide because you eat. You know, you don't want to get eaten. Even if you're a big thing like that, it's easy to find you and eat you. And I think great whites eat them quite a lot, so they like to.
Yeah.
You know.
I can relate.
What? So we hightailing this thing, we find it, and I was really glad it took a while to find it, because for the first week, my stomach, my bumhole, all over the boat, dude. I was like Britney Spears when she went through that stage where she shaved her head, right?
Yeah.
People were like, oh, I want to watch, but it's not good what I'm watching.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And why did you record it and put it on YouTube?
Well, it's because I want the people to know what life at sea is really like. People all watch
The
like
real
this,
you.
Yeah, people watch like Peter Pan and Captain Hook, and they're like, "Oh, being a pirate's great. You get to have a hook for a hand. Hang out with little children."
People listen to the podcast, and it's not all glamour.
The issue is people watch this and they think, oh, "What a glamorous lifestyle these guys
Yes.
live," you know. And
There's a darker side to it, which is just real life.
it is. It's shitting, pissing, and vomiting, my friend.
Yeah.
And getting a nut. And if you get a nut, enjoy that nut, because next thing you know, you're shitting, pissing, and vomiting again. You take those nuts when you can.
Yeah, that could be the quote
For
that goes on your graveyard.
dude, when you get a nut, take it. That's what I was going to say on my grave. That's what I was going to say. I want anyone to take anything home tonight, it is, when you get a nut, take it. Okay? That sounds kind of rapey, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. Take it down the throat, but chew it first. Unless it's small.
And you don't want, if you don't want to...
Oh, you're allergic.
There we go. We're safety first here.
We'd just like to say, do not try any of this at home.
Yeah.
If you are allergic to nuts, please do not eat nuts.
Don't put two in your mouth, gargle them. Even if the guy or woman who has... Person says, put these in your mouth, I'll really enjoy it. Put these nuts in your mouth, gargle them. Don't do it.
Yes.
You don't have to. You don't have to. You can if you want to do it. Yeah. But so anyway, I'm on this boat, and first week, terrible, stomachs all over the place. So I wouldn't be able to fish anyway. Thankfully, we had enough food on the boat to last us a good week and a half. So that gives me 4 days to fish.
Yeah.
And everything. And obviously, I'd never done it before, but as you know with me, Chris, as you know, I am a natural at everything.
Okay.
You know that about me.
Yes.
If you were to describe me to a person, say I meet you on the street, you're walking down the street, you've got your little chain, because you like to wear that chain with your little clock on it, you got a little pocket watch and a little chain, because you're in the 1980s. Wait, no, what I meant to say was the 1800s, but
the 1890s.
90s, exactly, 1890s. And they say to you, hey, you're the guy on the podcast with Ricky, right? Because that's how people say it to you. Describe him in one sentence. What would you say? Yeah, exactly.
That is exactly what I would say.
And they would understand what you're saying is he's a natural at everything. Yeah. Right? So anyway, I fish some small, just like small fish. Just little things, little sardines, shit like that. Mostly small, oily fish is what I call it at first. Don't really know what they are.
Greasy fish.
It's very greasy, straight on my hands. I try and grab on, and a little bit. I'm trying to grab the fish. Yeah. And the liquid's coming off it and everything. Oh. And I've, sorry for the audio listeners at home, you're gonna have to watch the video for that part. But I was trying to grab the fish, and obviously, as I said, I'm not a fishologist.
Yes.
So I don't know.
Fishologist.
So I don't know what these fish are. I just caught them. We cook them up. We eat them. Turns out I killed off 3 species of animal that were, I killed off the whole species. But anyway, that's a story for another time. So anyway, we've been trailing this tuna for a week, and we've got it. We're following it. And as I say, Dr. Patrick Neal, sorry, not to disrespect him, said, bluefin, go fish to me, right? And we had a brief discussion, that was it. When we were on the boat, he was doing his thing, he's in his quarters, and I'm out, do my own thing. It's like so when you used to work for the other company you were at, right?
Yes.
And you wouldn't go approach the CEO as a lowly guy in the company, would you? You'd just be like, if he tells me to do something, I'm going to do it. I'm not going to question it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You don't do that. You might go up to him and say, oh, I've done that. Now what do you want me to do? But you aren't going to be like, oh, you told me to do that thing, but do you want me to do it? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You just do as you're told.
That would be career suicide.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Korea suicide.
Korean suicide.
People who Korean suicide, yeah. It would be North Korean suicide.
Yeah.
Not to be too specific, but we like to be specific on the podcast.
So you don't want to go up to him because you're afraid that he's going to...
Yeah, I don't want him to... He's a busy guy. I can hear him in his quarters at night because he was only ever up at night. He was at...
Really?
Like when the clock hit, 7 o'clock and the sun's gone down.
Yeah.
The moon's out doing its thing, dancing upon the waves.
Yes.
Like a majestic seahorse.
I can imagine it.
Yeah, flashing me a glimpse of true humanity. Because I'm alone out there. I was the only fisher on the boat, right?
All right.
Only fisher on the boat. And it's a boat of 70 big burly men.
Yeah.
I'm talking big, glistening, burly men.
Yeah.
Right? And dude, when the waves hit the boat and it would hit some of the guys' faces, like it would hit them, and they're old, they're old men, but I don't know how old they really are because they had beards, some of them were grey, some of them weren't grey. I couldn't really tell because, when salt water hits your beard and it dries out and it's like kind of grey, you don't really know, is that salt or is he a man who's been at sea for a long time? You know what I mean? I wouldn't really converse with them. It was quite a lonely experience because I think I was the bottom of the bottom.
Did you try?
I would, but they all had those accents. Not there's anything wrong with that. It was just kind of like, when you say to someone in a conversation, sorry, what did you say? And then you say it, you say it twice. You can do it twice, but then you can't ask a third time.
Yeah, that's just rude.
Exactly.
You just have to nod your head and smile.
Exactly. So there would be times where, for instance, say you're me on the boat and you're trying to come converse with. I'll be Lloyd. I know he was a guy on the boat, so you're trying to converse with him.
Hi, Lloyd.
How you doing?
Yeah, no, I've been all right. How's it going with the wife?
I was at my hit it.
Really? Well,
why you laugh? I tell you, my wife, she died in a fishing accident. I throw her in the water because it is a fish, and I say, "Oh, I have no line. You go in, fish." But you laugh at my story.
I laugh because life is just funny. Bad things happen to people, and at the end of the day, what do you have but laughter in the world?
Ricky, you're a man of knowledge and power. Kiss my lip, please. I have not felt a woman or man in years after my wife died. I love my wife, but now she died. You be my wife.
Well, no. Come on, mate.
You come in my bed and you come in me?
No, I'm the only bluefin fisher here.
Wicky's lips, tongue, nice. I see you have luscious lips on face.
Yeah.
2 of them, my wife only have 1 lip.
What?
Yeah, 1 lip in my country, woman with 1 lip. Yum.
Oh, what country are you from, by the way?
And so that was a good. So that's basically kind of what would have happened, and hence why.
I can see where you would go with that. Yeah.
And you know me, dude. I like to keep myself to myself.
Yeah, you got to build rapport.
Exactly.
At the end of the day,
it's like these guys had known each other for a long time on the ship, right? And I'm the new guy. They've already all got their own jokes. I know I'm only going to be there for a month, so I'm only going to know these guys for a month at most. Why make best friends with people as well? So anyway, we find the fish, right?
Okay.
We've been tailing this fish for a while.
Yeah.
And he's taking I don't know what he's doing. Because as I said, he only wakes up 7 o'clock. And whenever I came to his quarters, I'd have to walk past because the kitchen was on the other side of his quarters. Yes. So he had whatever the master quarter was. And I know it's huge because the kitchen was about the size of half the master quarter. And the kitchen was a big kitchen, dude. I'm talking larger than your average house kitchen.
So this guy's doing pretty well.
Well, whoever he was, he's a big dog. And I think it turns out I was lucky that I ever got to converse with him in the first place while being on the boat. But anyway, so I would walk past and all I would ever hear at night is, yeah. But I don't speak the language. I don't know what he was saying. It just sounded like a lot of panting, a lot of good times.
Yeah.
Candlelight. I could see candlelight and then like silhouettes of
Yeah.
big burly bodies.
Yeah.
Like to me, it looked like a kind of like it looked like a buffalo because it was like a 4-legged creature.
Yeah.
Right. And like at the front, there's like a head, and then behind there was kind of like a big thing at the top, like coming over.
Yeah.
And there was like things coming down. So yeah, it's definitely a 4-legged creature of some sort.
Interesting.
And then it would like move back and forth like this, and part of it would move apart and then come back together again. But anyway,
did you ever ask him about it?
As I said, he was the captain of the ship. I don't really ask questions.
Yeah.
Anyway, so we've been trailing this fish, right?
Yeah.
And we must have been about 3 weeks into the trip now. So I've only got a week left, and I'm like, this fucking dude asked me to catch the bluefin, and I've seen this fucking massive dude, and I'm like, I gotta get it because we've only got a week left, and he's gonna be angry. And I think, to be honest with you, dude, I could hear that. There's noises coming from his room. This is definitely my neuroses coming through. This is me thinking, oh, everyone hates me all the time.
Yeah.
When you hear someone laugh behind you when you're walking down the street.
Yes.
And you're like, oh, they're definitely laughing at me. You know what I mean? Even though wait, no, let's think about it. It's nothing to do with me. Anything like that. It's just your neuroses.
Yes.
So when I could hear those noises coming from his room, I obviously thought, oh, he's probably angry at me. He's probably going, I'm so angry. I'm so angry. He not get the fish. I was like, anyway, at that point, I was like, I've got to do it now.
Yeah.
So we're tailing this fish, and I know they need to tag it that day. They want to tag it, and I don't know what the tagging is. Maybe it's because they want to drag it on the boat, me to kill it. But because it's such a big fish, we'll send half of it off to Sainsbury's or something like that. Or onto a factory somewhere to cut. So they need to tag it to go, this is fresh, this is all good. And then the other half we'll eat because it's a massive fish, what I mean? That's what I assumed the tagging process was about anyway. And they had like these syringes they wanted to put into it. But I think, it was all, I don't ask. Probably like vaccines, make sure it hasn't got any diseases or anything. So
obviously they're in a different language as well. So why even bother?
Dude, I'm not that kind of scientist.
Yeah, like you're only there for a month. You're not trying to impress anyone.
Exactly, dude.
You want to do your job though, but...
you get it.
Yeah.
Because you're the same, dude. I've known you've done jobs before where you're like, heart's not in it, but I just want to do my best.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So I know they're trying to tail this thing into a bay. And by this point, I'm not sure where we are. We could be off the coast of Costa Rica. We could have been off the coast of Wales, mate. I don't know. We're just trying to push this thing into a bay so that they've got it surrounded. It's not going to go anywhere. Once it calms down, it might just float for a bit, and they can tag it quickly.
Yeah.
And then, obviously...
You jump in.
This
with a machete.
This is my moment.
Okay.
This is my fucking moment. So... As you already know, I told you about the machete thing. So you obviously, about how I jumped in with the machete. But I had my little swim trunks on. And I'm a burly guy. As you know, dude, I'm ripped to the T. Like, my body is 6% body fat. And I went to the doctor recently, and just a checkup, don't worry, nothing serious. Yeah. And the doctor said to me, he said the usual thing, like, so do you smoke? And I was like, nope. Do you drink? And I was like, yeah. And he's like, how many units a week? I was like, maybe 4, because I don't really drink that much anymore now. We moved out of Manchester.
And you're no longer an alcoholic.
And now, because obviously because of the crack,
the glass it helps
instead.
as well. Yeah,
smoke
you're
crack.
Still doing that.
It's good stuff, mate. I found it cut me down to 6% body fat. And he said, well, okay, great. Do you do any drugs? And I was like, no. And we went, well, you obviously do steroids, is what he said to me. Because look at you. He said, look at you. Yeah. You obviously do steroids.
And what did you say back?
I said,
don't you?
Well, I said,
and he went,
what do you know about bodies? You don't even deadlift, mate. That's what I said to him. So
fair play.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen a doctor deadlift?
I've literally never... Dude, I was about to say there should be a YouTube channel called Dr. Deadlift.
Yes.
I imagine there already is one.
I have seen doctors deadlift.
Have you?
Yeah.
What, a real doctor deadlift?
Real doctors, yeah.
What, on the web or in real life?
On the Instagram.
Oh, wait, I'm a doctor. I deadlift. But I'm not that type of doctor.
Wait a minute.
Wait, hold on a second.
Is that how you became a doctor?
Well, part of the PhD interview is they say, what's your strengths? And obviously there's a deadlift.
Yeah.
So, and then they ask you to perform
and it's that case where most people go in and they exaggerate how much they can deadlift.
Yeah.
Except for when they go, now deadlift.
Yeah, exactly. That's what people don't realise. Because these days, it's millennials, dude. They think they can get away with anything they want. You know what I mean? These fucking millennials think they can go into a
Wait,
job
I'm a
interview.
millennial.
Yeah, you fucking piece of shit.
Yeah, that's me.
You think you can go into an interview and lie through your teeth?
Yeah. Basically, I've never lifted 300 pounds on a deadlift.
No, but what do you put? What's on your CV?
That's the only thing on my CV.
That's it.
That's how I got
deadlift
all of my
300,
jobs
yeah,
ever since.
So what do you do again?
And it's clearly that, that people see that and they go, wow, that guy is committed to his one thing.
Yeah, exactly.
He wakes up in the morning, he makes his bed, and he focuses on the little things. And because he does that, he's able to deadlift 300 pounds.
Exactly, dude. He puts his trousers on like anyone else, dude.
Yeah.
2 legs at a time.
Yeah.
Exactly. Just like
stand and jump really fast.
The old stand and jump method, like everyone else does. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Dude, he wipes his ass like everyone else does.
Yeah.
Lets it dry and shake it off.
Yes.
Sort of, just a regular, old-fashioned
Exactly.
dude. Yeah, exactly, dude.
Yeah. Also, it was a bit of a problem because, I didn't put any of my contact information on there.
Yeah, so they didn't know how to contact you. That's going to be an issue, yeah.
So I'd always have to chase it up. But, yeah.
And in the interview, you would always talk like this.
Yes. 300 pounds. What do you mean?
You can't deadlift 300 pounds? And they loved that. They seemed to really like that attitude.
Well, because it makes you sound intelligent.
That's true.
If you know what I mean.
Dude, I don't know what you mean, but I know you do by the way you're talking.
Okay, so you're in the doctor's room. You're talking to the doctor.
Anyway,
you told him you can deadlift.
Yeah, so the doctor basically said, you obviously, you are your peak man. You are what, if God exists, this is what he was aiming for, is what the doctors, this is a qualified doctor said that to me.
Yeah, I can imagine.
But anyway, so I'm on the boat, and that's just explaining my physique, right? So I'm on the boat. I'm a guy who's made to tackle animals and kill them. Yeah. And this is a huge fish. As I said, it's bigger than a great white shark. And this is my moment. Yeah. It's in the bay, and I'm like, I got to get in there before they tag it, because if they tag it, and then I get in, it might get scared and go off. Yeah. So I'm like, this is it. It's in the bay. The waves are crashing against the rocks, right, dude? And we're very close because we had to push that thing in. We thought the tuna might stop, but unfortunately it didn't. It was going crazy. Yeah. And I think part of it was originally it probably thought the boat was some kind of predator trying to get it. Yeah. But then after you're with it for a week, and then by this point we're with it with 3 weeks, it's calmed down. It realized we're not a threat. But now that we're pushing against a rock, I think it was like fight or flight is kicking in. So I'm trying to get out. Yeah. So we really had to push it up against that rock. And when we got to the rock, I'm talking, this is danger zone for me. If it hits me wrong one way, I'm going straight into those rocks. I'm going to die.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
But fuck it, man. Mr. Doctor.
It's now or never.
Yeah, exactly. I'm doing it. I jump in, shirt off, obviously. Shirt straight off because I need to cut through the waves. Yeah. And that shirt's going to hold me back. My billowing shirt. So I have to wear a billowing shirt because then when people see me, they know I got shit to do. You know what I mean? Yeah. You never see a guy with a billowing shirt who isn't about to do something amazing, do you?
I don't think I've ever seen a guy in a billowing shirt.
Well, you wait till later tonight. All my shirts billow, my friend. Regardless of how much wind is in the room, my shirt will billow. So anyway, I jump in, shirt off, and I go in with my machete. As you know, I had it tucked in. I had it tucked in, and I use my dick to tie it to my leg. So the machete is tied against my leg with my dick, right? Because I had no rope. Yeah. So I'm tying it against my leg, and I jump in, and I'm up against it. I'm up against that fish. Yeah. Push it. I'm like, I got to get this fish, and I pull the machete out, and then bang, mate. It flails, and this is a big thing. Yeah. This thing's got to be 1,000-pounder. Yeah. Right? And I'm 300 pounds at least. So it pushes me off, and the machete goes flying, sinks into the water. And I'm like, I'm okay. I'm fine. I'm just like, that was my moment. I had a chance. And I'm like, I can't not do this, right? So I strap my arms around its neck and I choke the motherfucker out.
Oh shit!
I was underwater for a good half an hour holding my breath, just choking it. and we were going at it. It was throwing me to the side. I was choking, and I'm like a boa. You know, my arms are like boas. That's what they call me. They call me boa constrictor arms. And at first, I thought that was like a racist Indian thing because in India there are boa constrictors. Yeah, and they were like, oh well, your arms look like boa constrictors because you're a dirty Indian. Well, that's what people would say. And I'm like, oh, that's racist. But now I realize what they meant were my arms are like pythons.
Yes.
And I wrapped every time it exhaled, I would tighten the grip. And then as it exhaled again, I'd tighten the grip. And what I realised was really weird is that fish don't inhale or exhale.
But you could tell.
I could tell, yeah, because they have gills, so they don't do that part. But I could tell.
Yeah.
I could tell. And eventually I choked it out, dude.
So the fish is dead.
The fish is now dead. I'm sweating. I'm covered in blood. I'm looking great. I'm looking amazing. Yeah. And sorry, you go. You wanted to ask me a question. I can understand you want to ask a question. That's fine. Yeah.
What was the company you worked for again called?
What was it called? Bluefin Habitability. Why? I don't know because I don't know what that translates into in English. Though, dude. Like so, bluefin obviously that's the tuna. Habitability, I don't really. That's that could mean anything in English, you know.
Yeah.
Because I said to the first thing you ask the guy is like, this isn't anything weird. You know, when I come to the shore and I'm asking I need a job. Yeah. You say, oh, but what's your company? And he went, a bluefin habitability, and I'm like, yes. Okay, I don't know what that means. But okay, fair enough. Yeah. Yeah. Why? Because I brought the fish on. I brought the fish up on board. Yeah. They were all screaming. They were like, "Oh, with excitement! Oh my God! What is it?" You know, yeah. And I was like, "Wow, they're so happy of what I've done." And like he was crying. I remember seeing the captain. He came out of his quarters because it was like it was weird because it was like 5 o'clock, so it was weird to see him out and about at that time. He came out of his quarters and he was all sweaty and his trousers around his ankle, and so I saw some other dude run out of the quarters as well, like running off, and he had no trousers on as well. But anyway, and I was like, "Oh look, he's so happy, he's crying, look, he's crying, he's so happy with what I've done." Well done. And then I remember the next day, so we were supposed to have a week left. Yep. But obviously, because I'd done it, they took us back to shore.
You don't need you anymore.
Yeah, they took me back to
shore. You like passed.
Well, we all came back to shore. Yeah. And they were all like, I remember them all like going, "Oh, what have you done? What have you done?" And like other people going, "Oh, you never
like, what have you done?"
Yeah, exactly. Like you get it, dude. They were so excited. They were just it was so nice to be wanted. Like
that many grown men cry.
Exactly, dude. See men who are not worried about being what Hollywood says you need to be as a man.
When we think about that concept, I can kind of imagine in their minds, they were looking at previous versions of themselves, like how they used to be when they earned their place and killed their bluefin.
Exactly, dude. So if Bluefin Habitability are watching, thanks so much for the job. It's a shame we had to cut the trip short because obviously I'd done it. That's it. You know, I think they thought, oh, it's going to take a month to do this. But wow, actually, I think, to be honest with you, I Googled them recently and they've seemed to have gone they've gone under for some reason.
Really?
Yeah. Supposedly something to do with they've been killing off too many bluefins. Or something like a trip that happened. Guy,
I have heard about that. You know, Japan, they are stopping them whaling, aren't they?
Exactly. So
it's now illegal to kill whale sharks.
Yeah.
Which is quite a big thing.
Yeah.
So bluefin rehabilitation.
Yeah, whatever it is, dude. I couldn't. I don't. As I said, I didn't understand the translation. But.
Yeah, you know, like they're obviously going to go.
Yeah.
There's no room for people like that in the world.
Well, dude, it's because people are pushing towards veganism and stuff like that now. You can't really get companies that are wanting to kill people. If anything, I look back at it and I feel bad because I'm like, I wish I was working for a company that wanted.
But you were just a child.
Yeah, I mean, it was a year ago, so I was a different man. It was a different time. And I look back at it and I think to myself, I wish I worked for a company that wanted to look after animals. Yeah, you know what I mean. Like, it was a shame that I worked for someone who was so destructive. I wish I worked for someone who was like, you know what, I love the bluefin and I want to make sure their population stays high. Yeah. You know what I mean? But
be a part of it.
I wish there was just more funding. Yeah. And I wish there was more people who were not like Dr. Patrick Neal. You know, I wish there's more people who wanted to go out and tag these fish to go, let's watch where they go, make sure their habitat stays
study their patterns, see how we can maybe predict their migration and mating patterns and add and help.
Exactly. That's exactly what I was going to say. You're right. Yeah. We should make a company called Bluefin Habitat. You know, that would be a good idea. And Let's make it so people stop hurting these animals and make sure that they look after them.
And I think the key thing, as long as we clearly communicate our message,
Yeah.
we will be able to do this.
Just get that across, yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's all I've been up to, dude. Not really.
Holy shit, that is... You've been busy.
I mean, it's been a bit boring, yeah. Not really.
Yeah. Well, yeah. So me, on the other hand, it's actually been quite exciting. I've been reading more.
Wow. So you learned to do that then?
Yeah,
That's good. It's good
been
news.
taking night classes.
Yeah.
I haven't been going to them, but
but you've been paying for them. Which is good of you.
Well, it's the same thing, really. It's the principle of doing it,
Dude,
as in paying for it.
Exactly, it's the principle that counts. Exactly. Yeah. Exactly.
The book I've been reading at the moment is called 1 + 1 = 3, mentioned previously on the podcast.
Noel Edmonds.
So again, people have been presented with challenges and they've tried to overcome them by almost creating this unimaginable solution that the average person wouldn't necessarily be able to think of straight away. And one example I remember and recall quite well is this school in America, and this was in the time when lipstick had just been distributed to everyone, so girls all over America had lipstick.
What do you mean, like, as in, like, what like 7-year-olds would have
We're talking secondary school here.
Oh wow, okay, but still, that's crazy.
Still, and again, before it wasn't a big thing, and you can imagine at the time it was this new way to look beautiful, like the people in the films and whatever. What in this one school, there was a problem because the girls were going into the bathroom and they were putting lipstick on in the mirror, and then they were kissing the mirror. And by kissing the mirror, it meant that it took the janitor longer to clean.
Okay, right,
And at the time, the head teacher, she didn't like that. So she said to the girls, stop doing this.
Stop
it's not cool. It takes the janitor ages to wipe this off. And again, going back to the solution, like the girls just didn't listen. Because why would they?
Schoolgirls, you don't know.
So the head teacher thought, how can I stop them from doing this? They're not listening. What will work? And she decided, you know what? I'm going to get the girls and I'm going to take them into that bathroom. And I'm going to get the janitor.
Sorry, what? They're gonna. Okay, so the head mistress.
Yes.
Okay, mistress said, "I'm going to get the girls.
Yes.
I'm going to take them into the bathroom
with the janitor.
With the janitor.
Yes.
And teach them a lesson.
Yes. A lesson they will never forget.
And they will.
And what they did, well, the head teacher took them in the room and she went, this takes him a long time to do.
Yes,
Right. Janitor, Mr. Janitor, you can be the janitor
okay,
in this scenario.
Hey, I'm American. There you go.
Mr. Janitor, I want you to show the girls how long it takes you to do this.
Hey, I just cleaned up 3 shits in the boys' bathroom. They do it in the urinals all the time, and now I gotta come in here and deal with this?
Now, what would you do in this situation?
There's lipstick all over the mirror. Bitches, why they put in the lip? Because back then you could say bitch to like a 13-year-old girl and it was fine. You stupid little bitch, why are you kissing the mirror?
And the janitor, I think this was planned obviously, but he walks up to the mirror, looks at the lipstick, he's like, shrugs, walk over, gets his mop, goes into the toilet, drips it in the toilet,
wow.
pulls it out, starts scrubbing away, wiping it off. Let me tell you this, those girls never kissed that mirror again.
But they kissed the janitor.
Yeah. We're going to pass that law eventually.
Well, but that's very clever. That's a very clever.
I just thought it was funny.
That's very funny and very clever. And I like it. I like that he did that. I like that he was from Boyston, because he's obviously from Boyston. He speaks like this. Hey, I'm from Boyston. And that's how people in Boston speak. And it is a clever solution. I like from both ends. From his solution, final solution, that's another good one. And the schoolmaster's solution. Did he molest the child? Is that part of the lesson? Or was that?
Well, I mean, that brings me on to my next question.
Okay.
How would you stop them from kissing the mirror?
That's a very good question. Yeah. I was literally going to say, I would have said, look, he puts bleach on the mirror or something like that, so you don't want to be kissing it.
Yeah.
But I think girls would still not get that.
Yeah.
Not because, nothing to do with being female.
Yeah.
Just to do with them being little children. They're not going to be like, oh, it's bleach, fuck that. They're just going to be like, oh, toilet water. I do big shits in there. I don't want that on my face. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So apart from Tabitha the shit eater, she kissed that mirror every day.
She licked
She
that
fucking
mirror
lick it all day. And the headmistress was like, damn it though, you stupid bitch, because they could call them bitches.
And then it's like, how can I get her to stop licking that mirror?
Yeah. And he killed her.
Yeah.
He killed her, and that was it.
Problem solved.
Solved every problem for him, apart from going to prison.
Yeah.
But back then, if you killed a 13-year-old girl, you get away with it. It was fine. So, is that in the book?
Yeah, it is actually.
That was the next part of the story.
Have you read it?
I'm going to leave that part out. So talking about schools though, have you heard about recently? So I don't know, for those who are viewing at home, I have a tash. And that's not our choice, it is November. And I am doing Movember.
November, yeah.
And I look like a World War II jet pilot. That's my positive spin on it. The other spin is that I look like that janitor who took the girls into the bathroom to teach them a lesson.
How have you found having a mustache?
Dude, it was weird at first. So the story is, right, basically my girlfriend said to me, Ricky, I think you look really hot without a beard.
Yeah.
I've never seen your face before.
Yeah.
And it's Movember. Just try it. Do it for a month. If it doesn't work, it'll grow back.
Yeah.
If it doesn't work, it's good for charity. You're making money for charity.
Holy shit.
And I went into the barbers, right, dude? And I got my haircut at the same
You
time.
went to the barbers?
Well, because I need to get my haircut. And it said £2 extra to get your
Yeah.
beard trimmed.
Yeah.
And so I said, right, dude, basically, I need to get my haircut. And also, I think I'm going to get rid of the beard and just keep the mustache. Straight away. It was like when I was a kid and the guy did the line through my head. He literally straight away just took a massive chunk out of my beard. I went, oh, what, like that? Or do you want it clean shaved? And I was like, I got no fucking choice now, do I? It's done.
So he didn't even give you...
Dude, it was... As I said, I think I'm going to get my beard. That's it. It didn't even say shaved. So I think I'm going to get my beard. Yeah, so... He made the choice for me, but the weird thing is I look amazing. Mm-hmm. So you said, sorry?
Yeah.
I'll give you a second chance. So let's cut this one in.
Okay.
The weird thing is I look amazing. There we go. That's the that's the reaction I wanted. That's the reaction I wanted.
Jokes aside, you do look good.
I look okay, yeah. And I look worse than when I have a beard.
Yeah.
But it's for a good cause, fuck it. But I think, as I said, I look like a World War II jet pilot.
I'm amazed your girlfriend was open to it as well, because it's such a big life change to do that.
It is a big life change.
And you might notice I'm not taking part in Movember.
Well, it's because you hate people with cancer. You're always going on about how much you hate people with cancer.
My girlfriend wouldn't let me.
Is that really why?
Yeah.
Did she say she didn't want to see your face?
She said she would beat me with her bare fist.
Dude, because she normally wears human fists when she beats you.
Yeah.
But this time she wore those hairy ones.
Yeah.
She said she would wear those hairy ones. Wow. That's dark, dude. That's really dark.
Also, it's not only that put me off really, but in second year of uni, I was dating a girl.
Wow.
And back then, what I used to do is I used to clean shave and just grow my beard and clean shave like a repetitive
How long would you wait, roughly?
God, quite a while. Enough for it to be a beard.
Would you be able to catch a bluefin tuna in the
Probably.
time? Okay, good. Yeah.
And this one time I shaved it. She'd never seen me clean shaven before.
Okay, yeah.
So I walked up to her. I wanted to surprise her and show her what it was like. When I did, she turned to me and she said, "It was the worst thing you've ever done in your life."
Wow. And by that point, you've been in prison like 4 times?
Yes,
wow,
4.
Okay,
but
okay, wow, that's bad stuff.
We don't really talk about that.
Well, we don't need to, but legally we have to warn the viewers.
That put me off wanting to go clean shaven for the rest of my life.
I get you, because when I did it, my girlfriend, the one who made me do it, and I'm speaking like this because there's emphasis on that it's her fault in the first place.
Yeah.
She said to me, "What have you done?" And I was like, "Bitch," because it was the 90s and lipstick had just come out, so I was allowed to call girls bitches. I was like, "Bitch, you were the one who made me do this. You were the one who said to the barber in the first place, 'Hey, he's gonna get his beard done, by the way.'"
Did she go, "I was just joking"?
No, she was just like, "Well, you look good, but it's just a surprise." And then every once in a while, just to get a little jab in, she would go, "Oh God, I've just remembered what you look so different." And I'll be like, thanks. You know what I mean? But now I've got used to it because I did it last week, so I've kind of got used to it. And the thing is, people who don't know you don't act weirdly about it.
Except for everyone who does know you.
Yeah, everyone who knows
loses their shit.
Fucking hell, do they lose their shit? You've never seen someone lose their shit over something so small until someone sees you without a beard when you've had a beard.
Yeah,
it's so weird. People instantly are like, whoa, it's like I'm not. It's as though I've come into the office at work with a severed head in my hand, and you should do that for starters. Yeah. I mean, so what I mean is, when I came in, I had a severed head.
You should also attach a GoPro to your head so that you can record people's reactions.
Well, dude, everything needs to be on the internet now. That's known.
Yeah.
A known fact is that everyone has the right to put stuff on the internet, and that everyone who does has something important to say. So that's what we should do.
Yes.
Yeah. And on that note, there was a lad who, I'm not going to say his name, he's an Instagram influencer, so he's already someone that I wouldn't want to be friends with.
Yeah.
Because if your job is being an Instagram influencer, you deserve to be stabbed in the neck.
What niche are we talking here?
I assume some beauty product related thing, because he had Botox lips and he had Botox face. And if you're willing to put a poison into your face when you're 22 years old to look younger, how young do you want to look? 6 years old? The dude looked like a fish, right? And fine. I mean, this is cheap, me attacking his appearance, because I was about to say people don't choose what they look like, but this guy, I put poison into his face, so he does choose what he looks like. Anyway, he was saying that they shouldn't teach World War II in schools because it's detrimental to people's mental health.
Did he expand?
It's a where. It's a sad. It's a downer.
Right, okay, I don't even know where to start with that. This really happened.
He was on, I think it was on the One Show or the Good Morning one. I think it's the one with Holly Willoughby, but I'm not sure.
Well, it kind of goes back to that whole question that I remember even when I was in school, people would ask, like, why is history important? And they weren't asking it in a...
Like, why should we learn this?
Yeah, it was more just understanding why it was important and what you could get out of it from, say, like, a future career or... having that understanding. I mean, why do you think...
Well, for instance, something like World War II, it's to learn how not to make the same mistakes again is a big one. And it's also to go, look, you need to reflect on the past in order to learn. So it is based on the not making the same mistakes, but also learning what we did right in certain situations.
Yeah. And
how to build upon that. And also it's just, it's reflecting on what has allowed you to be where you are now. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
So, and if you don't do that, it's like being a scientist and then not reading the basics of science. Like, okay, you can go straight to the precision point of what you're doing, but if you don't know the basics, you don't know how to get to that point, you're never going to understand things fully.
Yeah.
So you need to learn about World War II, because you learn why the country is in the state it's in now and realize why we don't want to go back and do things we did back then to make it worse.
Absolutely.
I.e. leaving the EU, but let's not get into that.
So what happened to him?
Oh, he's dead.
Oh, right.
Yeah. Janitor took him into the bathroom. And he kept on kissing the mirror, so he smothered him to death. Yeah. But I don't know. I didn't want to...
Problem solved.
I don't want to give the guy too much limelight over it. Not that obviously our podcast is going to do that, but equally I don't want anyone giving him anything, because...
So we shall not speak of his name.
That's why I didn't mention his name.
Ah, clever.
Also because I don't know it.
Man, influencers have changed so much.
I mean, I've never been part of that whole
You've tried, though. I mean, you have tried.
In like what way?
Well, I mean, you were doing the classic thing that, like, you know, A-list celebrity influencers do, where they've got an Instagram account and they're not following anyone. They've got no profile picture. They haven't uploaded anything, but they've got hundreds and 117 followers.
Well, I don't like to say the exact number, 73, but and 0 following and 0 posts.
That is a high follower to following ratio.
Well, dude, it's infinite.
Yeah,
it's an infinite ratio. You literally can't dividing something by 0. his infinity.
And
So I have the highest
do you
ratio.
get overwhelmed with all the brand sponsorship offers coming in?
The issue is I don't deal with that all. Obviously, my secretary deals with all of those, and then she sends it to her secretary, and then she sends it to her secretary, and then they work it up from there and try and relay the information to me. But as you know, I only get information by carrier pigeons. So, and you know me, a pigeon's coming my way. Behind the neck, my friend. Behind the neck. So I never receive anything.
Well, influencer marketing has changed recently. I don't know if you've heard of TikTok.
The only thing I've seen of TikTok is on YouTube adverts of an Indian guy, a Sikh Indian guy, who goes, "Have you seen what's inside the cup?" And I assume he's a magician. Yeah. But then the advert cuts out before he does the magic trick.
Oh.
So that ain't a magic trick.
That is clever
That's
marketing.
just a guy going, "Have you seen what's inside a cup?" And then you're like, "Yeah, I've seen loads of cups."
So did you see what's inside? Did you go to TikTok? Did you explore?
Click on it.
No.
Dude, I was too busy thumbing one out.
Yes.
You know, I was watching old podcasts of us trying to thumb one out.
Well, TikTok.
Yeah. Sorry, what is it?
For those of you at home who do know what it is, I'm going to tell you again because you probably
they're the ones who want to know.
TikTok is very similar to Vine. Now, Vine was a app that Twitter bought a while ago and had 7-second videos that you could watch. You'd put on your friends, you just upload them. It was a social app, but it ultimately died and went away. Now, TikTok, 15-second videos. That's innovation.
Wait, let me work it out. 7 plus 7 is... That's over double the time. Wow.
And TikTok used to be Musical.ly. It was bought by a Chinese company.
Oh, it was Musical.ly, because I remember I did... So Musical.ly, you would sing songs with your mates over it, something like that? Okay, yeah.
So the app itself does resonate with Gen Z audience, who are like obviously the youngest generation. Yeah. There's 2.4 billion of them in the world. We all know the social natives. They've grown up with social the whole life, and they've got a notoriously short attention span.
Okay. Now, but wait, so Vine was 7 seconds, right? But it didn't work out. Is that because people's attention spans were longer than 7 seconds? Or was it just because 7 seconds is a very short amount of time to do something at least interpretively creative?
Yeah, I think that's there's some elements of that to it. Ultimately, Vine wasn't really a social app.
Okay,
and I think it had the wave and the momentum that initially got it started, but they didn't innovate and try and look at what their users wanted and were doing.
Could you make money off Vine?
I don't think so, but you probably could through sponsorship.
Yeah.
No, not necessarily through the platform itself.
Because I know some people did. Some people were massive. So there were people with millions of followers, so like Chris D'Elia, comedian in America, Will Sasso. They were guys who had millions and millions of followers on it.
And I bet they're all on TikTok now.
I wonder though. I wonder because the reason I say I wonder is because when Vine was big, those guys will have been in their 30s, and now TikTok. It generally seems like 16-year-old girls are getting the nips out.
Yeah, that's their tagline.
Yeah, not that I've looked.
16-year-old girls getting the nips out.
TikTok. Yeah, that's it. TikTok. That's it. Yeah.
Did you know TikTok is owned by the Chinese government?
I did not know that. But I would have assumed so. As you know, I always assume. Yeah.
Well, obviously, Live in 45 is owned by the Chinese government, so, you know.
Yes, exactly. Do you mean not great overlord?
They were just doing this to plug TikTok.
Oh, yeah, that's the only reason, yeah. They also have their fingers in many pies, such as bluefin, habitability, as well. I don't know what that means now, you know.
What do you think the implications or risks could be with the Chinese government owning an app that now has... I think it's 500 million users.
So that's pretty crazy. So the point of the app, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I very rarely am, is that you send each other, you send people a 15-second video, right?
Yeah.
And I assume if you've got people who are following you on it, they can all watch that video.
Yes, but that video that you put out, could be one of the hashtag challenges on their discovery feed. Okay. So what happens is TikTok will put out these challenges to people, and then it's up to them to do it.
Okay, yeah.
An example of this could be Jimmy Fallon, who did the tumbleweed challenge. I don't know if you've seen
No, I've not seen that.
which literally consisted of him standing up, playing this Western song, and then dropping on the floor and rolling away like you're a piece of tumbleweed.
And did he come up with that, or did they?
He did.
Okay, right, okay.
And he put that out to people. They would then
do
it.
Yeah.
Got 9 million videos from it, or impressions.
What?
And
wait, but there's only 5 million people on the app. Wow.
I think it was 9 million impressions.
Sorry.
So they would do this tumbleweed challenge, and it's fun, it's engaging, it pulls people in, it makes anyone can be a content creator and accessible. Anyone can do stupid videos. Why aren't you on there?
Okay, first of all, wait. Okay, so you could, when you asked me that question, right? And I'm not having a go at you here. I'm having a go at society making you the way you are. Is you could have ended it at saying anyone can make creative content. Why aren't you on it? But you, and correct me if I'm wrong, you seem to added a bit after.
Yes.
Where you said stupid videos. That's what you.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what you said. So
stupid fun.
Fun? Did you say fun video? Okay.
No,
so,
stupid.
Okay, so, and this is not me saying this. Okay.
Yes.
This is what was written in the New York Times about my content. Okay.
Okay.
Masterpiece, 5 stars. The Daily Telegraph, 5 stars. What a wonderful performance. The Sun, love the jugs on him.
Yeah.
Okay, so these are the things that reputable news sources are saying about me.
Yes.
Fox News, yum yum, he's brown, get him out. That's what they said, okay? And these are reputable sources saying this about my content on my 73 followers. Say it again, 73 followers, 0 following, 0 post Instagram account. Okay?
Wow.
Okay? And if they're saying it, how can they be stupid? Okay? Are you saying people at Fox News are stupid? Is that what you're saying?
No.
Are you saying people who read The Sun are ignorant and stupid? Because that's what it sounds like you're saying. I'm not saying that. I'm just wondering if you're saying it.
Are you saying that?
I don't know. My voice is getting really high. So I don't know. But what do you say that it's weird to think that Jimmy Fallon...
I just think, the app is filled with obviously younger generation.
Yes, yeah.
What interacts or engages the younger generation?
The Chinese government.
The Chinese government and stupid content.
Yeah. So,
and
well, it's weird to think. So you say they put out. By the way, amazing idea, putting out challenges for people to do on your app.
Yep.
Because that is genius.
Yeah.
That is absolute genius. Because how do you get your app to stay relevant? Make it the thing that makes things that are relevant.
Yes.
That is genius. Don't be the ones who are trying to keep yourself relevant. Be the thing that creates things that are relevant.
Here's a question. How much do you think it costs for a brand to put out one of these TikTok challenges as an advertisement?
So, first of all, I need you to talk me through, and for the listeners who don't know what TikTok is, how does a brand go about putting out adverts, and what does an advert look like to a user of TikTok?
Well, there are 3 types of ads, but we'll only talk about one.
Okay,
and that is the challenge. A brand will think of a challenge that they can do, and what they'll then go and do is execute that and find someone to show how that challenge exists, what it would be. Maybe they'll get an influencer and they would replicate it, go out there, post it online, and it's up to everyone else in the whole of TikTok to then go and figure out how they would approach that challenge, whatever it would be.
Okay. And how is it advertising a brand by doing that?
Now, if you have a brand and you want to connect with a Gen Z audience, the best way to do that is to look at the platforms they're choosing to spend most of their time on. And as we know, they all they have a short attention span now, and they care. And
that's
more
not an
about,
insult to them. That's just statistically that seems to be the case, doesn't it?
They're ethically conscious bunch.
Yes,
They want to see representations of all genders, races, and weights in advertising. you as a brand would try and create a hashtag that aligns with all those things, and it doesn't necessarily have to sell your product.
Wow, yeah.
But have an example of a brand that's done that.
Yeah.
And have you heard of Pretty Little Thing?
No.
Also known as PLT.
No.
PLT is a brand that has a lot. Their brand is comprised of unicorns, pink, bright, sparkly clothes.
Okay. And
The very epitome of what you can imagine a girly girl.
Do
to
they
be.
direct it as that as their
Yeah,
thing?
like
Okay,
they own
okay,
that,
yeah.
and you know
Yeah.
people love it because it's
Yeah.
such a good niche for that audience.
Okay, yeah.
So they put out a challenge called #PrettyChallenge.
Okay.
And what that meant was they would go away, these girls, and they had to show how they feel confident in their own clothes,
Okay, yeah.
using the clothes of obviously Pretty Little Thing.
Yeah, that's clever.
Or
yeah.
not.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter, but
Yeah.
got millions of impressions.
That is very... I get the direct thing there. So going, literally buy our clothes to do this challenge. That's fucking genius. What you could do, you could make a specific item for a challenge. Like as in Chris's hairbands. Do the Chris hairband challenge.
That's it.
Yeah.
Challenge done.
But you need that hairband to do it.
Yeah.
Okay, you can say in the thing you don't have to use
Yeah.
that hairband, but people will buy it. You know what I mean?
We should do the Listen to Live from 45 podcast challenge.
That's a really good one. And you get people, they have to try and stick it out this long.
But they have to record that in 15-second intervals.
Yeah. They have to upload every single one of them. So what does it look like when you so if you upload a video, it's not like Snapchat that doesn't disappear, right?
Yeah.
So
It stays. It's similar to Instagram in the way. Imagine, Instagram stories. They last for 15 seconds,
Yeah.
but once they're gone for
They're
24 hours, they're
Yeah.
gone.
Yeah.
It's just a new feed in the same way that Instagram has their images in the grid.
Yeah.
Except that feed is now just
15
Instagram
seconds.
stories.
Yeah. I
that
get
last
you.
forever.
Yeah, I get you. That's clever. It's fucking clever. Especially because of these things you're talking about.
Yeah.
So when you pay for an ad on there,
Yeah.
is that so? If someone's on my TikTok, because obviously as soon as I make an account,
Yeah.
there will be at
You
least
will have 73
followers.
followers.
At least 73 followers. They want to watch one of my many amazing videos. Like, do you remember that time I did that? I sent you a video,
Yeah.
and it was me dressed as an ancient Aborigine.
Yes. Yeah.
Right? And I was walking through some bushes, and I threw a spear, and it hit a big fat guy in the back.
Yeah.
And he was writhing on the floor. He was bleeding out. You were like, wow, this is great content.
Yeah.
So one of those type of videos was on my TikTok, right?
Yeah.
And I'm all like, oh, it's just a prank, bro. It's a prank. And he's like rolling around because he's got a spear stuck in him and he's bleeding everywhere.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, you got me good. Oh, you got me. I'm like, yeah, it's just a prank, bro. So I upload one of those many prank videos I do where I stab people with objects. Or remember that time I sent you that one where it was a prank. I took that lady's purse,
Yes.
and I ran off, and then I kept it, and I was like, oh, it's just a prank. No worries, a prank. And then I kept it, I bought stuff on Amazon and stuff on the cards and stuff.
Yeah. I mean, she took it really well.
Well, yeah, because I was like, it's a prank. She can't get angry about it. That's fucking weird. Like, 'cause I remember I bought a few things. And
Gave it back.
she blocked her cards after I bought stuff on Amazon, and I'm really angry because it's like,
really?
it's just a prank. Why are you getting so angry about it? You know what I mean? It's fucking weird. The people out there are so sensitive these days, dude. That's the problem.
Yeah.
But anyway, so say I upload one of those videos onto my account, and then you want to watch the video.
Mm-hmm.
Does an ad come up as you're trying to watch my video?
No, it doesn't. You just watch the video.
So how do the ads work then?
Well, the in-feed ads work when you're on the discovery feed. So when you follow certain people,
so
it is very similar to
Yeah.
Instagram. There's only really subtle
Yeah,
nuances and differences.
So it's like as a TikTok have their page where they say these are the challenges.
Yeah.
And then those ads will be on that page.
Yeah, so that's the challenge ads, and then there's the in-feed ads,
Yeah.
and then there's brand takeovers, but we won't get to that.
Okay. Wow. I mean, that's you think it's gonna keep going?
It's going to be one of the biggest.
Like, how has
apps.
Instagram stayed so relevant for so long? I mean, Facebook buying it was probably a big thing because
Yeah.
if Facebook didn't buy them, they could have destroyed them.
Yeah.
But rather than doing that, they went, let's
Well,
buy it out and let's make it even better, bigger. Type of thing.
Here's the thing.
Yeah.
I mean, if you look at the way Facebook and Instagram have so much power over the
Yeah.
political systems, and
Which is crazy. But
Yeah,
true.
it is crazy. And then you think about an app like TikTok comes along and
which is owned by the Chinese government.
almost
Fuck
reaches
me.
a bigger.
Yeah.
Like it's going to overtake them. The rate it's going now.
Do you think so?
Yeah, number one app in the App Store last month. It's going to have 500 million followers, and that's just TikTok itself. In China, there's another version of TikTok, which is the original.
Even though the Chinese government owned TikTok.
Yeah, so they made a global version which is available to everyone. There's one just exclusively in China.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Now,
that makes sense.
What could be the implications of, say, brands jumping on TikTok who want to influence political campaigns, who want to do all that? Because the Gen Z audience eventually is going to grow up.
Which is scary.
Yeah, it is scary.
Dude, you've raised a very good point there, because as you said, there has been issues in the past with Facebook directing political beliefs because of adverts people would put on Facebook. Now I think you're not allowed to do that anymore. I think they banned political adverts on Facebook. I don't know if that's true or not, but because there's always ways around it, really. Like remember when I was running for like local governor?
How could I forget?
Yeah, well, dude, it was a good 4 months you and I had together. So that's, I guess, there's another thing we should have really brought up at the beginning.
How did you advertise for that?
Well, you did a lot of my Instagram for it, hence how we got to the 73 followers.
Well,
and
I mean, I know you've got no images up there, but
it's not really about that, is it?
Yeah, no, I mean, that's what I told you.
Yeah.
And you believed me.
Well, you said to me, give me $3,000, I will work it for you. And to be fair with you, dude, before it started, I had 0 followers.
Yeah.
0 posts, 0 following. And then I think after you said it took you $2,500 to get me up to 73 followers.
Yeah.
And to be honest with you, dude, I've never looked back. It was the best $3,000 I've ever spent.
I mean, yeah.
So
yeah,
there
same,
you go. You know?
Actually, it's the best $3,000 I ever spent.
But yeah, I don't know, dude. I think it's a good thought to have. It's important to realize that this TikTok thing, especially when it's not in the hands of people who can be told you can't do that. Yeah. Like I don't know the Chinese government. I was only there. I was only hanging out with them for a bit, so I can't really take a big.
Well, here's the thing. Imagine if Facebook and Instagram were owned by the government. Would you still trust them then?
No. No.
Man, the world is fucked up.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Scary, scary place. But not when you're with us.
Yeah.
Here. A being human.
Yeah.
Hi.
Okay, so is it time for questions?
I think it is question time.
Yeah, all right. Well, I have a question here. I'm just going to read it out loud with my mouth.
Yeah, with your mouth hole.
Okay, so David Trott from Bagley.
Yeah, Bagley.
He asks, Ricky Bahia, been a long time follower on Instagram.
Yeah.
Seen you've got no posts. Just curious, if you could post one image, what would it be and why?
Okay, well, it's a very, very good question, and I guess the answer really is my nuts. Just when I've been on an hour run, dude. I've been out and about, and I've not just been running for the sake. I'm not one of those guys who's like, I got time. You know, it's 6 o'clock in the morning. I'm gonna go for an hour run before work. I haven't got that time. I'm on that hour run because I need to be on it to do activities. I got to run to the local shop, pick up some spices to jerk my meat later on because I'm a man. That's what I do. Jerk meat. That's what men do. They jerk meat all day, right? If you're at home and you hear a man upstairs going, ooh, 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 he's jerking that meat. He's jerking the meat for the family. Jerking the meat for the family. When they get home, they can have jerks. If they want to jerk, they can jerk as well. Because it takes more than one person to jerk properly.
Oh, my daddy taught me.
Yeah, my daddy taught me to jerk meat, and I jerk that meat just like my daddy showed me to do it. So, I'm just been running around for an hour, and then I'm picking up groceries somewhere else, and then jerking meat over here, and then I'm dropping off the kids over here, and I don't have kids. I've got someone else's kids, and I'm dropping them off places. Then I want the police to find me, so I drop the kids off over there, and then I'm running over here, and then I get home, and I'm all sweaty. It's real sweaty down there, sweaty like a bucket of chicken that's been left out in the living room for too long, Nice. The little sweat residue, and you're like, I know I shouldn't eat that chicken because it's been in there all day, and Dad's been jerking meat in here. Again, there's jerk spices everywhere, but the jerk spices might be all over the meat, but I don't know, that could be relish, I don't know. And you take a bite, and you're like, oh, that's sweaty meat, sweaty chicken in that bucket. So that's what it's like down there in the sack area, and I pull my pants down, and I take a picture of the ripe sacky area. And that would be probably my first post. David? David.
Yeah,
that's probably my first post, mate. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks for asking. Well, thank you very much, everyone, for listening. Oh gosh, what a day we've had! What a golly, Jesus Christ! We hope you've enjoyed it.
Yeah, it's been great, and we're going to do more of these.
100%. We hope you will.
Might even get some guests.
Yeah, and hopefully, maybe next time we'll actually talk about what we actually did while we were off from the podcast.
Oh, mate, I'm so glad you said that because I did none of that shit.
Yeah, I did.
I literally made all of that up.
I didn't. Yeah, I did obviously the fishing and the in the mountains with my dick out, that type of stuff. And the Tibetan stuff. Yeah. I just mean as in like.
Yeah.
I think I maybe got the dates wrong. I might have been there for like a month and a half at certain.
Like that stuff about the Nobel Prize, I was all made up.
Yeah, I know you made that up. Yeah. What the fuck was the? When you said Nobel Prize, I was like, "Where's he going with this? How has he made that up?" You know? What I mean?
Yeah.
But seriously,
nitroglycerin.
What the fuck is he talking about?
Yeah.
But seriously, look up a bluefin tuna.
Yeah, and also Nobel.
Noel
Edmond.
Look at Noel.
Noel Edmond was actually the inventor of the Nobel Prize.
There you go. Yeah,
it's called the Nobel Prize,
Oasis. Noel Edmond,
which is a common mistake by scientists all over the world.
Well, there you go.
The Nobel Prize.
Nobel Prize. So yeah, remember to subscribe because we will be doing more of this, and please like, share.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.